Well, now we know why Alaska Republican Senate candidate Joe Miller didn't want to talk to reporters about his past. You see, 2 years ago, he was cited for an ethics violation for conducting private polling using a government computer. At the time, he was an attorney for the Fairbanks North Star Borough. The former mayor of the borough says Miller was almost fired over the incident. In a debate last night, Miller finally admitted to the violation.
It is true. During the lunch hour, I did get on borough computers, and I participated in a private poll for about 5 minutes. It was a mistake I made. I was suspended for 3 days or received a dock of 3 days' pay, and I've learned from that. I'm not a perfect person, and in fact, I think Alaskans know more about me now today than probably any other candidate.
Well, I think that admission vindicates Tony Hopfinger, don't you? The reporter who was detained by Miller's thugs, private security guards, cuffed him after he asked him a few questions about these ethics violations. Tony Hopfinger, the editor and reporter of the Alaska Dispatch, joins me now. Tony, good to have you with us tonight. The way this has unfolded, do you feel vindicated in your questioning now that we know the real story about what he did when he was working for that borough?
I don't know if vindication is the word. I'm a journalist. I'm allowed to ask questions, as are members of the public. So we'll see. We'll find out tomorrow when if whether Mr. Miller's going to pursue the Alaska Supreme Court to appeal his case on those records that you're talking about. We were successful on Saturday in winning a suit to get those records released to find out exactly what activities he was doing at the borough. He has a chance to appeal tomorrow if he wants to. But as far as the incident, I was just doing my job, and so I don't think vindication is the word there.
Well, I think this is a key point here. There was a lawsuit, which, of course, you were involved in, to get the records out. You go to a town hall meeting to ask him the questions. He doesn't want to answer them. You get handcuffed by his goons, his security guards. Lo and behold, the legal system proves that you weren't just harassing him, you were doing your job. And then in the next debate, he comes out and admits what he should have told you. What kind of impact do you think this is going to have on voters, if any?
You know, I can't gauge that, Ed, but certainly, you know, Mr. Miller has taken it upon himself to not answer these questions. It's taken a long time to get to the bottom of the answers for these questions. And so I think it will resonate with some voters, but there's also voters who, you know, think the media is asking too many questions up here. And so there's a big debate about whether the media should be asking anybody any questions, frankly. I think that's probably true of around the rest of the country, too. The media doing its job.
Well, I think you are doing your job, and I think you're doing the right thing as well. Now, are you going to sue this guy, or is it over in your mind?
You know, for all intents and purposes, it probably is over in my mind, but we are keeping that option out there. We have 2 years to sue if we need to. And if there's, you know, if other reporters are getting roughed up or members of the public who are trying to ask questions, then maybe we'll reconsider.
All right. Your organization, the Alaska Dispatch, has been portrayed by Mr. Miller as some left-wing outfit that's been out to get him. And so I think that this vindicates you in a big way, personally. But also, is there where there's...
I hope so. Yeah, I hope so. I mean, we are not a left-wing outfit. We have 2 Pulitzer winners on our staff. You know, I do think it's upsetting that Mr. Miller spun this story the way he did.
Well, he not only spun it, but he didn't want to talk about it. The recent poll up there has him at 37%, a CNN Time poll. Murkowski in at 37%, and Scott McAdams, I don't know if this is going to help him or not. This is Senator Murkowski making her case at the debate last night.
Scott is not ready to lead. Joe is not fit to lead. I have been leading this state. I have been leading this state for 8 years. Go ahead. And I will continue to do so, bringing the seniority that I have built, the work ethic that I have built, and the passion for a state that I love.
Okay. Tony, does her write-in candidacy have a chance? I mean, the polling numbers are good, but they have to spell the name correctly, and they can't take any kind of material into the voting booth with them. What are the chances of her winning? How does it look for her?
You know, I think we think any of the candidates really have a chance at this point. It's a pretty exciting race in that regard. It's interesting, Murkowski's a group affiliated with Murkowski, or a supporting group, I believe. They're handing out these tattoos that you can put on, underneath your shirt, on your arm or whatnot. So there's a lot of little things that are being done here to I guess help her with her write-in campaign. But it's a long shot. I mean, you got to fill out an oval and you got to write her name in.
Yeah. Tony Hopfinger, good to have you with us tonight. Thanks so much.